Kinda on time. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome. So, how's my day going? Thank you for asking. I just cut my hair this morning. You know, cut it myself because it'd be COVID times. Let me know if you've ever done that. It's a little bit of a learning curve situation. A little bit of a, might look like Edward Scissorhands if I had a mirror behind me, but thank God we don't. How y'all doing? Ooh-wee. I'm excited to read for y'all today. Jason, have you thought about cutting it? Like yourself, or is that like too big of a risk? I mean, like I said, Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, same. Haven't had a professional one since God knows when. Should have gotten one sooner before COVID started, but you know, that didn't happen. But good morning. Hey, Hillary. Yay, I'm so excited. Yeah, I might chop Lucy's hair today. We'll see what happens. That might happen. Hey, Sarah. Hey, yes, please, give some tips in the chat. What you working with, Jason? Tell her. Long flowing locks, that's what. Hey, Emily, good morning. Oh, this is awesome. I am so excited to read for y'all. So as usual, we will be moving, hey, from Aries through Pisces. Morning, Michaela, yay! And we'll look at overall energy and focus for the week, work, and then relationships. Oh, thank you for asking, Sarah. I'm doing like so much better than a few weeks ago. That was gnarly. Oh, thank you, Michaela. So Lucy could tell you this, but oh, Katie, great to see you too. I actually bought hair scissors when COVID happened, and I got such razor sharp ass scissors that I almost like needed to give myself a fucking stitch. Like when I was cutting her hair, I'm a bit of a fucking clod, so I was like, snip the tip of a finger off real quick. Not this morning, no blood drawn. All right, but enough about me. Let's get into y'all. Let's see how y'all are doing. So quick reminder that in the description box, there is a free birth chart generator so you can find out what all of your signs are. You might be an Aquarius that has a Capricorn stellium that you don't even know about. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. All right, let's start with Aries. Let's talk to Cardinal Fire. Aries, for the coming week, overall focus and energy for Aries. Please, Spirit. As always, we want to know the truth for your highest good. Here's a reminder that when we're getting a tarot reading from somebody, there are certain cards that are, right, we might classify them as negative cards or bad cards. Anytime you pull a card, it's for your highest good to know that information. So if you can have a little bit of a reframe that if you pull, for example, the Five of Cups, that it's like, okay, so I need to be aware of this so that I can move things in a better direction. So there are no negative cards. It's just that life has shadow, and we need shadow to create dimension in a picture. We don't want a 2D white ass wally fucking picture. Right? Right. Okay. So now let's look at money, income, projects for Aries. Okay, that was fast. And now let's look at connections, relationships, love, friends, family, romance, whatever Aries needs to know for their highest good. All right. Hey, Jill, good morning. Quick request, y'all. If you enjoy this content, if you like this channel, if you like this video, please take a second and hit that like button. It really helps get the word out and put this, you know, out there for more people to catch. That's the mission. Raise the consciousness. Rising tide lifts all boats. Okay, Aries, rising tide lifts all boats. Hey, Maggie, you're here. Welcome, welcome. Happy to see you. So, Aries, overall focus and energy for this week. Love and discipline. Ace of Cups, an outpouring. Wow, you have beautiful cards. This is a very spiritual week for you. What I'm hearing is there's a surprise. There's a surprise on its way to you, and it's going to delight you, and it may even be a little overwhelming. Hey, Tammy! But Ace of Cups is overwhelming in the best way. I'm hearing for some of you, this is going to be somebody extending forgiveness or accepting forgiveness from you. Like, let's just water under the bridge, right? Let's just let that go. We've both grown, we've both matured, we've both moved on, so let's forgive each other. This is rising up through the ranks. Some of you all may get promotions. Some of you all may get even some kind of certification. Hey, Johnny, good to see you. I'm so glad. So, what are you learning this week, Aries? What are you mastering this week? The Hierophant is the teacher, the mentor. Some of you all, remember that these are general readings, of course, Aries. So that could be your energy, or that energy could be coming into your life. That may even be part of what this Ace of Cups message is. A teacher, a mentor, a potential learning partner is actually the phrase that they're using. So connections are really important this week. Hey, it's Deb. Welcome, welcome. Connection is really important. Why do I say that? A couple reasons. Let's look at income, money, projects. You've got this. Oh, whoa, 11 dozen? Oh, goddamn. So are you watching this as you bake delicious cookies? That's wild. Wild. Well, shit. Leave it to an Aries. 11 dozen in 2 hours. I can do that. I'm the fucking magician. I can do that shit with my resources. Well, that's fucking impressive as fuck, Tammy. Go off. I'm wishing you all the fucking luck. Not that you need it. Because you have this magician energy this week, Aries. The magician is number one. The magician is a little bit of that Aries energy of like, what I've got, what I alone can bring to the table. Lean into that energy. Hey, hey, Cherokee. And now what's interesting about this, again, I'm getting the sense that a lot of you all are taking the lead, which is a very Aries thing to do. You all do tend to be leaders. But it also feels like there is a follow through and a stick-to-itiveness that maybe sometimes you are lacking, that is like, it is here this week, and it's like gravitas. It's like good ass gravity. Oh my God! Cherokee, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love that he's holding coffee too. I want like some more caffeine, even though I've already had way too much. Okay, this is not the place for my confessions and my caffeine addiction. So what's interesting about this, Aries, is that they're telling you to show up as an individual, to use your unique talents, and particularly your unique intersection of talents to, we could say, manifest something new, create something new, begin something new. There's like an initiation feel to this. Again, I'm getting the sense that some of y'all get some kind of certification or pass some kind of milestone where you feel like you have upgraded your talents and your skills. And those are two different things. Some talent, you know, we're born with a talent, but then we can enhance that talent and make it into a skill. Kind of what I'm hearing. So some of y'all may be taking classes or deciding to sign up for school this week, or etc. Now, there's individuality here in the Magician. The Four of Wands is community. This is happy, equitable relationships. This is groups of people that feel connected and warm and welcoming and welcomed. So, I feel like you're looking pretty damn good on the job front. I feel like you have a community that does appreciate and rely on you, and you're showing up as talented and capable this week. So please think of yourself as such. Why do I say that? Let's come over to relationships, connections. Remember, Aries, these are general readings, so for some people this may apply to romance, for others it may apply to friends or family. I want you to always empower yourself to trust your own intuition and follow the through line of the reading in your own life. Eight of Swords suggests that you need to believe in yourself a little bit more. And wow, I'm hearing, Aries, you need to express your needs a little bit more. And typically for an Aries, y'all are not known for having trouble expressing, hey, I want this or I need this. But this week you might be feeling a little bit hemmed in. Eight of Swords is holding back out of insecurity, out of fear, out of self-doubt. And what's beautiful is it does come in alongside the High Priestess. There's holding back because you're insecure or unsure or afraid of the consequences. And then there's holding back because you're like, now is not quite the right time. I have a little more intel to gather before I do this. Oh, girl. Tammy, I relate so much. I have strong Libra placements. I relate so much. Something you really want to work on this week. Something that can bring you a sense of peace. You really got to trust yourself. That's what I keep hearing over and over and over again, Aries. You need to trust yourself. And by that I mean, if you're feeling upset about something, and you express that upset, or if you have a need for something or a want for something and you express that need or want to, again, whether this is your partner or your friend or your family member, and they try to deter you or convince you that it's unnecessary or that you're asking too much or etc., I really need you to trust yourself and know yourself and ask for what it is you want and not have shame or doubt or regret around that. You can be strong and brave and still need something or someone. So if you have something to say, say it. If you're not ready to say it and you need to go into your intuition a little bit more, then go ahead and take your time and do that. Definitely don't go off half-cocked. That's what I would say with the High Priestess there. She's very much the card of watch and wait. Keep a cool mind, a cool head, cool heart. Not cold, but cool. Like, I'm good. I'm waiting. I'll know when the time is right to say this, to express this, when I have it right in my own head, when I've decided that I actually have a right to express whatever it is that I need. So, Aries, it feels like people, at least in certain arenas of your life, want to give you what you need. So speak up, and speak up specifically for yourself. Look out for yourself. Take care of yourself. Other people want to take care of you too. And if anybody doesn't want to take care of you, doesn't want to listen to you, doesn't want to take your needs into account, then you need to give some serious thought as to whether they belong in your life or how much they belong in your life. Is this an arm's length thing? Because there's plenty of love and support available. Forgiveness available, reconnection available. But when we try to connect to the wrong people, I mean, I feel like that's when the Eight of Swords doubts start to creep in. So, give your love, which is a beautiful type of love, Aries, a very open, honest, passionate type of love. Give your love to people who you feel free to be that passionate around. If anybody makes you feel like you have to turn down the volume or tamp down your feelings, it's really not it for you, because you're an expressive type of fucking person and you have the right. Okay? Okay. Looks like a pretty beautiful week, as long as you do not allow yourself to be ruled by your doubts and fears, okay? Doubt and fear have a place. They can be, again, the shadow that creates some dimension in our pictures that we can really see. Oh, Hillary, hearts to you too. Doubts and fears have their place. They need to be listened to, but they don't need to be followed. You feel me? There's a distinction there. And you're a courageous sign. I'm not worried about you. All right, Aries. Use your talents, blaze a trail, do what Aries do. Now, let's talk to Taurus. What's coming up this week, Spirit, for Taurus? What do Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, and Dominant folks need to know this week for their highest good? Overall energy and focus for Taurus, Spirit. Taurus, overall focus and energy for this week. Okay. And now when it comes to income, money, projects, resources, what does Taurus need to know most this week for their highest good? Ooh, okay. Okay. And finally, when it comes to relationships, connections, feelings, what does Taurus need to know for their highest good? Let's get into it. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Some of y'all might have Aries placements. This always happens. Overall focus and energy of the week. Getting really clear and getting really authoritative. So this is interesting. I say some of y'all might have Aries placements because it's very likely that when you have Sun or rising in one sign, that a nearby sign has some kind of planet activity, and I'm feeling it. Ace of Swords, speaking the truth, breaking through, making yourself very clear, and you are accepting your authority. Taurus, you're a bit of a fixed sign. The Hierophant is actually the Taurus card, so you are very much in your power this week. You are very much feeling like yourself. Now, Spirit just gave me the word dictatorial. So, there's a difference between knowing who you are and what you want and what you're doing and going for it, right? With gusto. And then there's being a little bit of a dictator, being a little bit of a top-down, you must do this or else. And I feel like that is not going to serve you as well. Definitely accept your authority, but also recognize that other people are sovereign and we can have input or advice for them and they can still go do something else. And if we are giving that advice or speaking that truth with their highest good in mind, then we need to basically give that away and then let them do whatever it is they're going to do. They may make a different decision. They may take your advice and pass whatever this is with flying colors, or they may listen to your advice, then completely disregard it and continue and do whatever they were going to do. Let them do that. That's how people learn their lessons, okay? Spirit is showing me this image of like a toddler, right? Who is just starting to get onto their feet and just starting to toddle around and figure out what their balance is and how to walk. And then, you know, a mother or a parent who loves their child might be like, oh my God, no, I don't want you to fall over. Oh, Maggie, thank you. Thank you. Don't toddle, baby. Like, you might fall over and smack your butt. So just like sit back down. You don't need to walk. Like, you need to just lie there and then you're going to be fine. I'll take care of you. You may be costing someone their lesson if you try to take it from them or kind of like move their piece on the chessboard for them. You're costing them the lesson and the learning, the self-efficacy. Give people a chance to learn their own lessons, okay? You can speak your truth and give your advice, and it can be great advice, and then let them do with it what they will, okay? Some people may surprise you. Surprise you for the better, surprise you for the worse. I'm honestly hearing both. We'll talk about it. Here's for the better. When it comes to income, money, projects, resources, things you want to accomplish, the Lovers and the Two of Cups. I, first of all, cannot ignore that these two cards coming together, that's quite a potentially romantic and soulmate type energy. Doesn't have to be romantic and can still be soulmate. You can find someone who is a really exceptional business partner or creative partner that is just like, wow, we have this crazy chemistry. Hey, Elizabeth, happy to see you. Welcome, welcome. We can have this amazing, crazy chemistry where it's like, we are a great sounding board. We go back and forth like, wow. And the Lovers represents a choice. So I feel like some of you, it serves you very much to link up, or you may already have somebody who's kind of like your partner in crime, your partner in business, your partner in project. And the chemistry is great. Chemistry seems honestly off the charts. Now, the Lovers. Again, we can hear the word lovers and the first thing that we think of is romance. The Lovers actually represents, in addition to that, potentially, the choice. Notice how the male figure is looking at the feminine figure and she is looking up at the angel. So there's a body, mind, spirit connection, triangle here. Are you doing and are you pursuing what it is you truly want? Feels like you are this week. Feels like you make a decision where it's kind of like, do I go this way or that way? It's a beautiful choice, but it's kind of like, if I go this way, I can't go that way. There's this really amazing quote. Goodness, I'm going to totally butcher this, and I may even attribute it to the wrong philosopher, and then I'm going to feel very bad. So apologies to long dead Soren Kierkegaard, but I think it was Kierkegaard that wrote this long litany about, if you get married, you will regret it. If you don't get married, you will regret it. If you take the job, you'll regret it. If you don't take the job, you'll regret it. Now, this sounds kind of grim, but really what it is stoicism. Like, I'm going to be okay, whatever happens. And making a choice means cutting off. That's actually the word decide in the old Latin means to cut off. So when I decide something, I do cut myself off from this other thing. And in both cases, there's going to be a, oh, what if this had happened, etc. And we just kind of have to live with that and say, which one can I live with more? Can I live with the fact that I had this urge and I went for it? Or can I live with the fact that I had this urge, but the fear of failure was too much and I didn't go for it? When you're on your deathbed, keeping it light on a Saturday, when you're on your deathbed, are you going to look back 40 years ago and think, God, I wish I hadn't tried that thing. That is so embarrassing that I tried that thing and it didn't work out, or I failed, or I stopped, or whatever? Or would you look back and be like, wow, damn, I really wanted that and I went for it. Like, I'm the kind of person who goes for what they want and has courage and believes in themselves. You could be making a really important decision and your Two of Cups partner is a really good person to bounce any kind of concerns or worries off of. I feel like they will help you make the right choice. That's what I'm feeling. Okay? Okay. Your intuition is on this week. This is particularly, hey Fernando, welcome, welcome. This is particularly in the realm of love, relationships, family, friends. I'm hearing trust yourself. And I think that's really important because, okay, I don't love this, Taurus. Page of Swords is sitting in your relationship realm. Page of Swords, for some of you, this is straight up your child, okay? That's not true for all of you. The Page of Swords is somebody who is, whether or not they are chronologically younger than you, they are less mature than you and potentially very much, in fact, I'm really feeling like less experienced than you. And they might be a little quick on the draw. They might be a little bit of a, I'm actually hearing quick temper. So somebody is dealing with you with a little bit of immaturity. And I would suggest, this is so funny, this is what Spirit is showing me. Y'all remember being in like, you know, junior high or high school or whatever. And the bell rings, we're all in our seats, but everybody's chatting and we're chatting loud. Like we're maybe tossing the spitballs and shit like that. And you ever have a teacher that just stood at the front of the class and just looked at you like you were like a single cell organism, just like waiting, just standing there in silence, waiting for you to shut the fuck up. And then like finally the class like starts to notice and they're like, oh shit. And they just kind of naturally shut the fuck up. That's what Spirit is showing me with you and with this person. So this person might be feeding you a line of bullshit, or this person might be throwing a bunch of excuses. That's also what I'm hearing at you about why they didn't follow through on that thing they said they would do, or why they flaked out on you when you guys had a date or whatever. And you kind of just need to be like that teacher at the head of class, like, really? This is, dog ate your homework? Okay. Sure'd love to meet that dog. So, trust yourself. I also want to mention that having the Hierophant and the High Priestess in the same reading suggests that you are feeling deep in your intuition and your spirituality this week, and it may benefit you to ritualize something. We've got an eclipse coming up. Is there something you want to eclipse out of your life? Maybe that Page of Swords who's feeding you a line of bullshit. You got options. That's what I'm hearing. You have options, Taurus, so don't link yourself to anything or anyone that feels incomplete, unfulfilling. That's what I'm hearing. That Lover's card says there's huge potential for fulfillment, and it starts with you. Okay? Okay. Love you, Taurus. Hope that helps. So now from the earth, let's go into the air, and let's talk to Gemini. Gemini. Quicksilver, Mercurial, chit-chatty Gemini. What you got going on this week? What's the overall energy and focus for Gemini Spirit for their highest good? What does it benefit them to be aware of this week? Okay? And when it comes to work, jobs, projects, income, okay? And finally, when it comes to relationships, connections, love, friendship, family, what do you want to talk about with Gemini when it comes to the realm of feelings? All right. Ooh. Wow. This is a nice week, Gemini. Feels like you are getting very clear about what you want and moving things in that direction. Even in some cases where you might be needing to really, I don't want to say fight for what you want, but work hard for what you want. It feels like you work hard and then you get it. It feels like you have the skills and experience and also the like mental acuity, which, you know, Quicksilver Gemini, right? Like quick thinking. A lot of information in that brain of yours. You are brilliant at making kind of these global connections, and people can think that maybe you think too fast or you're a little too mercurial, a little too changeable, a little too mutable, but it's like, hey, I can make lightning fast fucking connections between things that other people never even begin to have the scope to see, right? That's going to be your secret fucking weapon this week. Your not so secret weapon. We just talked about it on the internet. Okay. So, overall focus and energy, Justice and the Eight of Pentacles. I love this card. This is doing a long, hard day's work, but loving it and feeling so proud of the yield of your work and being able to see it And there's also, connected to the Eight of Pentacles, an upgrade in your finances because you've been willing to put your nose to the grindstone, but lovingly. Not like I'm working myself to the bone, I'm 10 of Wandsing, I'm taking all the things on and working myself to death. This is, oh my God, I can't wait to see this project come to fruition. Or, oh my God, I can feel and see my skills are improving right before my very eyes. Last week or last month, I couldn't sew this, or I couldn't solve this equation, or I couldn't build this or figure this code out. Now, it's just flowing, 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 flowing. And we'll talk more about, I'm just seeing all kinds of flow in your reading. And Justice, making the right decisions, making the right calls. And I'm also hearing, again, making the right connections. And I'm feeling kind of double speak with that, haha, Gemini, where they're saying you're going to be making good connections with other beings. That sounds really... Listen, I'm an alien. I talk funny sometimes. You will be making good connections with other people, but also you're making those global connections within yourself, making good choices. And one of your good choices is related to putting your back, putting your shoulder into like what it is you want and going for it. Like, sorry for the aggressive close-up, but like going for what you want, like pushing that door in and being like, I'm gonna go get it. Like I said, there is an element of like fighting for what you want. I don't mean you're gonna be doing fisticuffs with anybody. I mean that you're gonna see the challenge and be like, yeah, you're for me. Let's do this. And you're gonna charge up that fucking hill. So let's look at money, work, jobs, opportunities, income. Look at you. Queen of Swords. Gemini, you're an air sign. Swords represent air. They represent the mental element, and particularly the queen is a creative queen. You may be a writer. You may be a speaker, an actor, a YouTuber. In one way or another, the way that you transmit your ideas and the way that you speak, the way that you write is just like on fucking target. Some of you may even be like, again, novelists or podcasters or something like that, between that Eight of Pentacles and then this Queen of Swords in the realm of work and money and income and opportunity. And this is why I said, if you take some steps and if you put your back into pushing a door open to get what you want, you can complete a cycle this week. You can push things forward. The thing with the Wheel of Fortune is when we decide, I want to move this forward, I want to go, I want this to happen. Hey, Julie, that's amazing! Congratulations! What a Gemini thing to invent something. That's very Queen of Swords. That's very mad scientist. I love it. When we push the wheel, when we say, my work or my intention or my project is worth my time and my energy and my effort, and we push for what we want, that's when the universe, whether you think of that as pure energy, whether you think of that as your spirit posse, it's like, that's what I picture, is just all these like past loved ones and angels. Like, you know, you ever see somebody whose car dies in the middle of the road and you see like a wonderful group of good Samaritans hop out of their car, get behind and start pushing? It's like that. Like, we are gonna push this thing up the hill and we are gonna win. And that's what I'm hearing. And you're the leader. Take the lead. Queen of Swords, she's also a community leader. Queen of Swords is very good at getting people on her side, and that's how they're putting it. So you may be extra persuasive this week. The way that you communicate your ideas, and they're saying your ideals, because the Queen of Swords has very high ideals. She wants to be a good person. She is honest to a fault, right? Like, this is the friend who you ask, what do you think of that new guy I'm dating? Because you know they're not going to bullshit you. So you may be that friend, Gemini, or you may have somebody who comes in and tells you the truth in a way that helps you push things forward, helps you cut through some red tape, cut through some confusion, and move forward on something you really want to complete. Now, here's where Spirit was talking about you being on top, you fighting for something, pushing that wheel on all the way up the hill so that we can reach the peak, hit critical mass, and then have the nice downhill ride. We can coast on that wheel once we've done the initial sweating and pushing, right? So the training, the Eight of Pentacles, the hard day's work, and then the downhill is like, here come the payments, the appreciation, the offers, the activities, the submissions, etc. You on top, you able to quote unquote fight off the competition. And well, okay, Spirit is saying some of you all are fielding a lot of offers. And this is in the realm of relationships. So for some of you, it may just be that you've got people in your DMs or people on dating apps or whatever all coming at you, and you're kind of like deciding who's going to get your wand. I feel like you team up with someone this week and it really benefits you. Three of Pentacles isn't a particularly romantic card, but it is a card of teamwork. So I'm feeling, again, with that Wheel of Fortune, with this Three of Pentacles, with that Eight of Pentacles, there's a little bit more of a focus on you and what you want to accomplish, what you want to build for yourself. Now, there's some very interesting people around you, okay? And that might grow into something. But I feel that right now, Spirit wants you to focus on what would make you feel accomplished, creative, strong, smart, powerful, and push in that direction. Really push. Because there are certain weeks, I mean, you ever read your horoscope, Gemini? It's the same thing. It's like there are certain weeks where, of course, at any time you should push for what you want, make an effort, etc. But there's some weeks where you have to put in a little less effort and force to get the same results, and this is one of those weeks. So what do you want? What are you working on? What milestone would you like to reach in your life, or what project would you like to really focus on so you can make some headway? Put your shoulder into it. Bust it open, okay? Okay. Looks pretty great. There's a little bit of competition. There is, but you have everything that it takes. There may be a literal competition or contest that you are putting in for, and it feels like could very much win this week. So submit that story, submit that paper, submit that application or resume, whatever it is, okay? Push for what you want. Oh, you are so welcome, Julie. My pleasure. So happy to be here. Thank you to those of y'all that have taken the time to like this video and to join the chat. I really, really appreciate it, and it so helps. Just that little hitting that thumbs up does a world of fucking good for me. Kayla! Hey, how you doing? Been a minute, Kayla. Okay. Now, let's phase transition again. From the air of Gemini, let's dive into the waters of Cancer. Those soft, deep, moonlit waters of the Moonchild. Cancer, wow. A card just wanted to jump out. I'll let you know if it shows up in your cards, because it was, Okay. Cancer. Cancer Sun. Cancer Moon. Cancer Rising. What do they need to know this week? Cancer dominant folks for their highest good, Spirit. What's coming up this week for Cancer? Okay. Now, when it comes to money, work, projects, opportunities. That was fast. Okay. And finally, when it comes to relationships, connections, feelings, whether that's friends, family, romance. What does Cancer need to know this week, Spirit, for their highest good? Yay! You know, I always look forward to our talks. Whew, okay. Let's get into it. Ah! This was the card that jumped. I knew it was going to show up in your fucking cards. I knew it was going to show up. This one, like, tried to leap out of the deck, but I wasn't ready. Spirit was obviously ready. Okay. Ooh. Pentacles, pentacles, pentacles everywhere. Okay, let's talk about it. Dream bigger, dare bigger. That's what I'm hearing, Cancer. Hey, you know I love that crap. Four of Pentacles, Six of Wands. You may be thinking a little small. You might be boxing yourself into a certain way of doing things. When you have all the talent, all the skill that you need to impress people, to show up and show off. Six of Wands is hail the conquering hero and heroine. Here comes the hero on a white horse, and we all want to throw a parade for them for what they have accomplished. Four of Pentacles suggests that you may be holding back when Spirit is like, no, 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 we want you out here loud about what it is you do, what it is you create, what it is you are passionate about. Six of Wands. Remember, wands are fire, right? And creativity is fire. Now, spoiler alert, spirituality, creativity, same fucking thing. To do something creative means to do what leaps from your soul. So when we hear creative, we might often picture like a visual artist or a novelist or an actor or something like that. But consider also activists, politicians, people who it's like, this comes from deep inside me that I need to fight for the environment or build my own business or etc. Entrepreneurial spirit, wanting to be known and seen for what it is you bring to the table. And I specifically want to say, we'll talk about it in a second, if you have guilt or shame or fear of being seen, recognized, appreciated, paid well for what you do, this would be a really excellent week to look at how willing you are to basically go up against those fears and be like, all right, I know I'm scared to walk through this fucking door where there could be applause and abundance. I'm scared as fuck. But the secret to the Four of Pentacles is this. Look at her with one foot on each coin, both hands wrapped around this one, and then one balanced on top. There's nowhere for her to go. She is strapped. It's like, this is going to this bill, this is going to this bill, and then I've only got just enough time and resources to do this, so I can't move a damn thing. There's no way I could add another task or another charge or another whatever to this. There's no way. There is a way, and it is this. You take what you have in your hands and you give generously. So whether you give generously of your skills or you give generously of your money, and when I say generously, if you have $5 in your pocket and you give $1 away, that's generous. So it's not about the amount, it's about giving it with an open heart and to something you really care about. And here's one of the secrets of the fucking world. When we're holding tight to everything we have and we are afraid, and every time we pay a bill or every time we buy something, there's like, oh God, is there going to be enough? When we tighten, the world tightens with us. When we say, yeah, I only have $5 in my pocket, but my friend just posted on social media that their car just broke down and they're not going to be able to make it to work unless they raise $100 today to replace XYZ hose, right? Okay, I can give them $1. I'll be all right. Like, I'll give them $1. And then don't be fucking surprised when someone's like, hey, I want to take you out to lunch, or hey, you bought me coffee last week. Can I send you a coffee? Like, free up some energy. Give. Hey, Lori. Give, and what you give, you shall receive in abundance. So if you give nothing, nothing is what you shall receive in abundance. You feel me? Now, Cancer, you're a generous sign. I'm not particularly worried about this with you, but I am saying give what you can. And we can't always give money. Sometimes we can give our time or our energy or our compassion. And you're very good at those things. So, I don't think you're going to be dealing with a financial lack, at least not for very long, Cancer. Because when it comes to income, money, opportunities, this is a card people want to get in this position. Oh, Lori, you are so kind. Oh. We're back. Okay. Sorry. As I was saying, thank you again, y'all who donate. As soon as I've gathered enough, new phone, no more dropping off the fucking stream. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. So, 10 of Pentacles, wealth, legacy, building something of your own and something that will last. This is not just enough money. This is more than enough to take care of the people, the generations, the animals, everyone that you love, everyone that you care about, Cancer. Now, what do you have to do to get that? You have to risk a little something. You have to face a bit of a fear you have about sharing your skills, sharing your talents. And when I say sharing, I don't just mean contributing or giving. I mean being seen. I mean being witnessed. I mean being celebrated. You might have a little fear around that, but with this 10 of Pentacles and the moon next to each other, it looks like it would be well worth your while to stop, turn around, give this lady a hand, pull her out of the ocean and be like, so you're spooky as shit. What are you trying to tell me? I see you sneaking up behind me. Instead, I'm going to sit you down, I'm going to give you some coffee, and we're going to have a conversation. What are you trying to tell me? What am I afraid of? What am I worried about? Stop dragging me backwards when I'm trying to go forwards. We need to give compassion and understanding to our fear until we have changed our fear into data. And that's so interesting. Spirit has never put it that way for me before, but that's what they're saying. It's kind of like relentlessly but gently interviewing your fear until you've gotten to the core, the nugget. And the nugget might be something to the effect of, You're not worthy of being seen. And then you ask yourself, is that true? Would I tell anybody that they're not worthy of being seen? No, I wouldn't. So why would I tell that to myself? Feel me? You are worthy of being seen and of being paid well for what it is you do. More than enough. You know, you are the sign of the mother and the sign of the family, Cancer. So you are one of these people who really does want to be able to take care of the generations who have come before and after you. There is opportunity for that here. Let's look at relationships, connections. This is what I'm saying. All the Pentacles. Two of Cups is a beautiful card to have in your relationship sector. This speaks of falling in love. This speaks of new, deep connections with lots of chemistry. Now, of course, these are general readings, Cancer. Doesn't have to mean every single one of you has this new crush or is falling in love with someone. This can also be having chemistry with a really good friend or partner, like business partner, creative partner, etc. Bouncing ideas off of each other. There's equanimity, there's mutual respect, kind of mutual admiration society energy right here. Be willing to open up and exchange. There's a theme here with that Four of Pentacles. Be willing to offer to share your cup. You might be a little scared. You might be fearful of rejection or of being misunderstood or etc. And Spirit is saying, but if you love yourself, if you accept yourself, if you have compassion for yourself, oh no, not the big screen. Tanya, no. I love you. Oh God, oh God. If you believe in yourself and accept yourself, then other people will be allowed to do the same. When we okay, this is what Spirit is saying. You ever been at karaoke? I'm going somewhere with this. You ever been at karaoke and you fucking love you. And you see somebody who is standing up there stock still, they're holding the mic like their life depended on it. And they're singing their song. And they're hitting all the right notes, right? They're hitting every note just fine, just great. But they're like, and you can feel their terror. Oh, Maria, y'all are so sweet. You can feel their terror. You can feel their hesitancy. You can feel their fear of rejection when it comes down to it, right? That this is going to be a humiliating experience. And when we see somebody like kind of tense and freaked out, we're human. We have even what's literally called mirror neurons so that we can empathize with people. Our mirror neurons go, oh God, like, you're doing great. Now, you can see somebody else sing karaoke and they're hitting all the wrong notes, but they're hitting them loud and proud and enthusiastically. Mirror neurons, fucking hey, encore. So, be yourself and be loud. And if you hit a sour note, the people around you just want to see what it is you have to offer. And you have a lot to offer. You also want to receive. Six of Pentacles is generosity given and received, Cancer. So allow yourself to receive. It feels very important this week. I'm not really too worried about you giving because you tend to be like that. Make room. Wow, Spirit just said, and make room for a surprise. Okay? So you may have a loved one drop in with some kind of beautiful favor, some kind of beautiful offer. Expect that. And give of what you can so that you have room and space, right? Space to receive. Okay? Okay. Y'all are so cute. Oh, jeez, oh, jeez, oh, jeez. Okay. So from the water, let's move to the fire. Hey, Richard. Let's move to the fire and talk to Leo. Woo. Okay, card just jumped. I'll let you know if it comes back out. Okay. Leo. Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising, and Leo dominant people. What do they need to know this week, Spirit? Overall focus, overall energy, okay, for this week for Leo. Leo. Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising. Overall focus and energy, okay? And then when it comes to work, jobs, income, opportunities, okay? Ah, Cherokee, I missed that, but I appreciate you. Dang. I always go back and read the chat afterward because I know that I'm missing some stuff. Ooh, okay. And finally, for Leo, when it comes to the realm of relationships, friends, family, feelings, romance, what do we want to talk to Leo about this week? Ooh, interesting. What are you fighting for, Leo? What are you passionate about? What are you trying to build or achieve or complete this week? You have the higher ground. Overall focus and energy, the Seven of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Seven of Wands saying, hey, there may be lots of people trying to do what it is you're trying to do, or even going up against, like people in opposition to what it is you're trying to do. And I'm actually hearing the phrase family dynamics. So for some of you, oh, wow, okay, Spirit's getting real specific. Spirit is showing me someone who is queer or is genderqueer and has a family or a community that doesn't understand and doesn't want to understand. And Spirit is like, go the fuck off. Be you. You are exactly who you are for a reason. You are beautiful. You shine. And all this bullshit, all you need is you. Your talent, your skill, the way that you shine to fight it off. You have the higher ground. You have everything that you need. And that can sound a little strange. There is a really interesting detail in the Rider-Waite, the sort of like classical version of this card. If you look closely in that version, it's a man standing on top and fighting off these 6 wands. He has mismatching shoes. He's got a shoe on one foot and he's got a boot on the other. So the idea there is, even if you are working with limited resources, or even if this person had to rush out to battle so fast that it's like, okay, I see a right boot and a left shoe. All right, fuck it, we gotta go. So this is what's going. And you still come out on top. So if you have concerns that other people have more or better resources or better talent or whatever, Spirit's like, no, we made you just the way you are for a reason. You can take or leave the word God. I'm using it as kind of a placeholder because Spirit is using the phrase, you are a child of God. Doesn't mean anything about Judeo-Christian, nothing. Just means you are made exactly the way you are made, and we love you the way that you are made. And you came here to shine. You didn't come here to hide. You came here to shine. And if you have to fight to shine, then we need you to stand up for yourself and fight. You deserve. Hey, it's Katie Beth! Love you, girl. So happy to see you. Hey, exactly. Cherokee knows. And Three of Pentacles. There are some people don't get you at all. And may, again, want to see you taken down a peg, want to see you lose. Some people are like, I want to see you win and I'm here to help. Oh, you are so kind, Katie. Love you too. Certain people, friends of yours, teammates, want to see you win. You're getting some good input. So consider this you, Leo. This picture that this person is making, it can't happen without this teacher's input and assistance, this model's beautiful visage, and this person's willingness to put their skills to the test. So put your skills to the fucking test. You're gonna come out on top. Okay? Building something, creating something, reaching a milestone. A reason to be proud. That's what I'm hearing. You're gonna have a reason to be proud. Bringing something, I don't feel like it's to completion, but I feel like it's like, oh, we just completed phase 3 out of 10. You know what I mean? Like, we're a third of the way there. This is great. We've put ourselves in a good position for next week, right? Now, let's look directly at income, money, projects, opportunities. You are closing the door on something, Leo. And it is not taking anything away from you. It is giving you more. Oh, Maria, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the replay. I'll be waving hi at you from the deep past. So, Leo, what do you need to shut the door on? Is there something, this is interesting, Spirit is using like this phrase. It's kind of like, you've got a hangnail and you want to just clip it off. Like, it's been bugging you, you've been worrying it and pulling at it and yanking it, and it's like, go ahead and just clip it off. You might be feeling guilty that you didn't complete XYZ project, or that you had this idea and it didn't turn out well, or that you're just done. You're just done with something. Like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. This side hustle or this effort or this project or this job, I'm going to go ahead and shut the door, put it to death, end the chapter. Death is nothing to be afraid of. It is not literal. Nobody likes change but a wet baby. Okay? So, even when we choose the change, even when we're the ones to shut the door, there's a certain degree of mourning what we have left behind, because we like things to be in homeostasis, right? That's why even when it's something that's not great, it's hard to make a change. It's hard even when we're like, I don't like this. We have to be very conscious, and we have to make a strong effort to do something different. It is worth your strong effort to close the door on something. This is one of those things where you may be freeing up your resources. Remember, energy, effort, money, time, all of these are resources. By cutting off that one thing, you allow yourself to ascend to a higher position in another. Higher position. Queen of Pentacles is literally the queen of money, the creator of money, a manifester, a cultivator, a grower. When you give the Queen of Pentacles $1, she can stretch it into 10. You know, some of us know a magical mom like that, or a dad like that is like, I can take that, I can make this into, here, we just got 10 meals out of that. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to have to pinch pennies, because the Queen of Pentacles has plenty. And she's very generous. And it's no surprise or accident that her generosity is part of why she receives so well. You know, I was talking to Cancer about, if you're holding on too tightly to what you have, then it feels like you have no room to give. But when you give, you create the space to receive. The Queen of Pentacles knows this. So she's like, whenever I have a little bit of spare time or money or a good idea to share with someone, I give it away, because I know I'll receive it back 3, 5, 10-fold. Your generosity is going to be well rewarded this week. And I also am hearing, be very much in charge of your money, Leo. I know some Leos, and budgeting does not tend to be the strong suit unless you've got some Virgo placements or some heavy Capricorn or something like that. Budgeting and planning can be a little bit of a point of contention. It serves you to be in charge of your money, to really take charge and to make your money work for you, is what I'm hearing. The same way they're telling you to make your talents work for you. You could upgrade your money and your talent this week by doing that. Okay? Okay. Now, there is something really beautiful happening in the realm of your relationships. Spirit is using the word adventure. Some of you might be going on an adventure literally. Might be getting in the car and going on a little road trip. Please don't do any unnecessary travel that puts you in any harm's way, okay? But I'm just hearing that some of you all are going to go on an adventure. You can also go on an adventure within your own fucking town, okay? So just keep that in mind. Ace of Swords, 3 of Wands. This is a breakthrough. This is an honest conversation. This is, I want to move forward on this. Do you want to move forward with me? Let's go. Our ships are coming in. Where do we want to go next? What's the next level? What's the next phase? And Spirit is having me bring up the fact that when you have, oh, Cherokee. Cherokee, you got that actual military experience, that ROTC experience. Spirit is having me point out 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. Both of these are about reaching a certain milestone on the way to the big goal. Okay, so it's like if I'm climbing Mount Everest, I just hit base camp 3. And I can see the wide world around me. I can see more opportunities. I can also see more of the challenges. I've got the higher ground. I've got more room and more space to decide where I want to go next. Spirit is also showing me like coming to the top of the Ferris wheel and being able to go like, oh, there's like the concession stand, and there's the ride I want to ride, and oh my god, there's that person that I need to meet up with. Cool, so now I know where they are and I can go over to them. Big picture, higher ground, show off your talents and skills. And somebody, relationship-wise, it just feels like there's a new breakthrough. Spirit is using the phrase new beginning for some of you. For others of you, it's expansion. It's next phase time. It's We already did chapter 1 and 2. What's chapter 3 going to look like? What's this next phase of the adventure going to look like? Where are we going together? It looks beautiful. It's pretty fucking sparkly. Oh, shit, Marine Corps. You are a bad bitch. Okay, Cherokee. Shit. Shit. So you have one of those pictures with, like, I'm totally not trying to be disrespectful here, but, like, that awesome sword and stuff? Huh? Awesome sword? Okay, I'm gonna stop. Leo, I hope that that is helpful. Now, talked a little about Virgo during that reading. So let's dive all the way in with Virgo. Oi, Sarah, thank you so much. Hey, so cute. Oh, wow. Okay, cards are jumping. All right. Virgo it is. Virgo. Virgo sun. Virgo moon. Virgo rising. Virgo dominant folks. Spirit. What's coming up? What's coming up this week for Virgo? What do they need to know? Overall focus and energy for their highest good. Virgo. Virgo. Okay? And when it comes to money, work, income, projects for Virgo. All right. Okay. All right. Soon, though. One day. Can I make you into an Ace of Swords meme? That would be amazing. Ooh, or a Queen of Swords meme. Come on now. Come on now. All right. Virgo. Virgo. Virgo sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. When it comes to relationships, friends, family, connections, what you need to know for your highest good. Hey! Ooh. Wow. Virgo, beautiful week. Beautiful week. You're accomplishing a lot and you're making room to accomplish more. That's what I'm hearing. Hey, keep me posted. Overall focus and energy for Virgo. 6 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. What do these two cards have in common right off the bat? Flow. Flow. And Spirit is describing to me the mental aspect of flow. When you're doing something that you care about, that is just difficult enough to present a challenge, but not so difficult that it is stifling, and you just get into it, and you get in the zone, right? Or you get into flow, whichever word you want to use. There is kind of a tipping point of you've gained a lot of information, a lot of understanding, and you're able to move some things around. 2 of Pentacles can be you're making a change in your career. You are gently moving your money around and budgeting differently so that you can make the resources that you do have become infinite, right? So, okay, I'm gonna, instead of paying for my 2nd or 3rd streaming service, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off and start applying that money over to this debt or this credit card or whatever. And even though I'm going to miss my Netflix for the next 6 months or whatever, I'm going to have paid down this card by this much, or I'm going to have saved up this much for this thing that I want to get. So a little bit of prioritizing and budgeting, very Virgo things. I have total trust in you. 6 of Swords is also moving forward and moving on from a situation that was potentially difficult, potentially mentally troubling. This is like, okay, I learned from that, and here's where I'm going to take that information. Here's how I'm going to take it forward. The lessons that I learned from this previous difficult situation, I'm never going to have to go through that again because I know for a fact that I have learned what I needed to get out of it, and I'm moving on. So you notice these mythical swords, they're point down in this boat, but this boat is floating and going along just fine. So metaphorically speaking, this is, you don't need to keep the swords, the wounds, right? You don't need to keep the swords and the struggles in your body. You want to take them out, line them up. I've learned this, I've done that, I know how to do this, and now next time somebody says this to me, I know exactly what I need to say or do about it, and this is going to, I'm going to guarantee that that conflict and that trouble I've just been through, that pain, makes me better and stronger, not worse and weaker, okay? It's beautiful energy. You're smarter, you're better, and you're better equipped than you've ever been before. And making adjustments to the way that you spend and save your resources. Again, remembering that time and energy and effort, just as much as money, are resources. that can create some potentially infinite rewards. Spirit just said, put what you know into practice. Put what you know into practice, okay? Let's look at money and resources and income and job specifically. Put yourself out there. Spread the word. Page of Wands is impetuous, courageous, full of energy, and ready to share the news. What is it that you want to share, Virgo? And you may be, because these are general readings, Virgo, you may be the one on the receiving end of a passionate, impetuous message from someone who, if not, is not chronologically younger than you, is less experienced. This could even be someone's child or like a younger family member that is like, hey, let me do your social media or something like that. Or you say, hey, niece, I'm no good at Instagram, but you want to take over this shit for me? I bet you would do great. You know what I'm saying? And it frees up your time and energy to focus on what you are better at. So this could be you taking on some assistant. This could even be you systematizing something so that you have more room and more time to, again, spend your resources and use your resources more effectively. But I'm definitely hearing, get the word out, be loud, and be creative about how you're loud. Are you going to podcast? Are you going to be on YouTube? Are you going to send out an email newsletter about the thing that you're doing? Are you simply sharing some really awesome fucking social media posts and getting the word out about what you're doing? I feel like you are enticing people, and people are going to want what you have. You're putting your skills to work. Spirit is also emphasizing, and you're going to see why this is super extra awesome. They're emphasizing that in the first sector you have the Two of Pentacles, in your second sector you have the Three of Pentacles. So this is a very natural growth. Like, when I use my resources a little better and more effectively, I have more time and more skill and more energy and money to spend. So from the 2 to the 3, and then finally, an exponential leap to the 10 of Pentacles. This is in the realm of relationships, connections, friends, family, love. And we have the 10 of Pentacles right alongside the Page of Cups. This is a very sweet, effervescent, innocent, loving energy. Page of Cups could be you getting a message or a DM or a call from someone that you've been really wanting to hear from. This could also be this person surprising you and popping into your life and being like, hey, how have you been? I have a love confession, or I have some great news to share with you. 10 of Pentacles is happy family, safe, warm, cared for. It is also having more than enough resources to share with everyone that you love. Remembering that family can be blood, family can be chosen. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful, Virgo. You are doing a wonderful job of caring about the people that you devote yourself to. They're very lucky to have you. That's what I'm hearing. They're very lucky to have you. And I feel like you're sharing generously. Even if what you have is not tons and tons of money or tons and tons of time or tons and tons of whatever, what you do have, you give, and you shall receive it in abundance. Some of you all might be taking kind of a, making a commitment, making a strong commitment. The 10 of Pentacles can be, we're going to move in together. 10 of Pentacles can be, we're getting married, or we are married, or we are starting the next phase, or we're starting a family is actually what I just heard with this Page of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. So, for those of you that are trying to start a family, this looks like a wonderful week to do it. For those of you that might not want that, just be a little extra careful, okay? Okay. Wrap it up. It's a beautiful week, Virgo. I'm excited for you. Lots of abundance, tons of possibility. And you're creating it for yourself. You're creating it for yourself, and then other people are coming in who want to support you and love you and see you succeed. Love to see it, especially for the sign of service. You who is always putting yourself in service of others, thinking of how you can contribute, letting other people contribute to you. Love to see it. Okay, Virgo. I hope that is helpful. And now, okay, Four of Wands just jumped out. Libra, keep that in mind. Let's talk to Aries, Cardinal, Libra. What you initiating this week, Libra? What you cardinaling out about? Okay, card just flew out. Overall focus and energy this week for Libra. Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. What do they need to know for their highest good? Libra dominant folks. Overall focus and energy for the coming week, Spirit. For their highest good. Libra. Okay. And when it comes to money, income, projects, opportunities, these cards be flipping. What does Libra need to know? Okay, they just fell right out. All right. And when it comes to relationships, friends, family, feelings, romance, which aspect of relating you want to talk to Libra about? Libra, the sign of relations. Let's find out. Ooh. Woo-wee. What I'm hearing loud and clear, Libra, is accept your authority. Let's talk about it. Overall focus and energy for the week. Check out this imagery. Come on now. Come on now. What a natural progression. And these are two beautiful cards that speak of getting past challenges and being able to move quickly toward accomplishing something that you want. Maybe even more than one thing that you want. Eight of Wands is tons of opportunities, tons of communications, tons of invitations, tons of, some of you might be sending out resumes. Some of you might be receiving invitations like, please come on my podcast, or I want to offer you this opportunity, or we want to start this. Would you like to be a part of it? The Chariot says there is victory. There is overcoming of obstacles. There is massive achievement possible when you get your conscious mind and your unconscious mind on the same side and say, you know what, we're worth it. We're worth going for what we want. We're worth putting ourselves out there. We're worth sharing our name and our visage and all of the things. Getting the message out there. It's really important for you to keep that in mind this week, Libra, that you are worth it and you're worth the risk. Because I do feel like there's a little bit of a disappointment and a wake-up call in the realm of your work. Let's talk about it. We're going to come back to that Chariot and that Eight of Wands. The Three of Swords and Judgment when it comes to income, money, opportunities, resources. Three of Swords is painful thoughts, disappointment, even a sense of separation or betrayal. I'm actually hearing some of you may be putting some space between yourself and a certain employer or coworker or project. Some of you all may be straight up ending a situation or an association. And of course, these are general readings, Libra, so you may be the one on the receiving end of an unpleasant kind of like, oh, I'm cutting that off. We're not doing that anymore. Please try not to worry about it because you've got a lot of opportunities and offers coming at you. So sometimes, and especially when this is linked to judgment, it's like, okay, I just needed to wake up to the reality of the situation. And the reality is this job is never going to pay me what I'm worth, or this person is never going to value what I'm contributing to the point where they're going to give me the kind of freedom or authority or etc. that I want. And I just have to come to that. I have to wake up to that reality. Judgment is a wake-up call. Three of Swords is the discomfort of feeling cut off, separate. Libra, you hate to disappoint people. You may have to disappoint someone this week to stand up for what you really believe in. You may have to make a decision that is going to disappoint somebody so that you can achieve what it is you want to achieve in the realm of work or projects or whatever it is that you are trying to build and create in your life. I kind of want to say, ooh, God, you want to know what Spirit just said right then? I was like, I kind of want to say, and Spirit was like, good riddance. Good riddance to bad rubbish. I'm awake. Now, it wasn't pleasant. Nobody likes that fucking, like, hey, listen, does anybody really, like, dislike themselves enough to use that, like, submarine sound as their, like, full-on alarm clock in the morning? Like that, like, fuck that. But it sure does wake you up. It sure does get you ready. It sure does put you on your feet. Spirit is asking you to wake up to the reality of something and potentially to release something, let something go, or really kind of what I'm hearing is come to the, like, understanding. Like, for some of you, nobody's going to throw cold water on you. You're just going to realize, like, okay, they're just never going to understand or whatever. And I'm going to let that go. Like, it's not easy. I don't like it. It hurts my feelings. That's what the Three of Swords is about. Like, my feelings are hurt. My thoughts are a little cloudy. But then the clouds will part once you decide, like, okay, what can I do with this reality? And that's what they're saying. In practical magic and energy work, whatever we want to call it, one of the basic tenets, in my opinion, is all energy is productive energy, including, ugh, I feel like shit, or that was really disappointing, or whatever. Like, okay, now where do I want to put this disappointment? What can I move with this disappointment or this heartbreak or etc.? What can I move with it? And if you're feeling at all dejected, at all depressed this week, Libra, about something when it comes to, again, work or projects, or feeling misunderstood or separate from the crowd, take your time. Be kind to yourself, but also accept your authority and your ability to pivot. And that's what they're saying. So if somebody or something disappoints you or runs out or whatever, be like, okay, well, that just freed up a lot of time or energy or resources to put toward judgment. The thing I'm really here for, the thing I'm really excited about, the thing I really want to see in the world. Commit yourself to that. Something else may be moved out of your way with or without your permission. That's kind of the impression that I'm getting. And Spirit is like, move with it. Don't move against it. Don't resist it. Move with it. If we bust a dam down, then, well, the river's going to flow. And it may take us to a beautiful new destination. It's unexpected. It's not what we were looking for in the first place, but damn, we got to go. Aw, Elizabeth. Yeah. Thank you, Maggie. Appreciate the good thoughts. As a Libra sun, I will totally take that. And now, let's look at relationships, love, connections. Look at you and your authority, Libra. Knight of Swords. Or I'm so sorry, King of Swords. Way better. King of Swords is master of the realm of the mind and of words and of messaging. You may have to put your foot down this week. You may have to draw a line. You may have to say, this is my boundary. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. It feels like whomever it is that you need to do this with will respond well. The Knight of Pentacles is devoted, is willing to do the work. Day in, day out, they show up. They keep applying themselves. They keep applying their resources. They keep working with and for you. You've got good ideas, and this person has good follow-through. That's what I'm kind of seeing. Now, remember, in the realm of relationships and connections, for some of you, of course, this could be romance. This can also represent a partnership. This can also represent you and your best friend or whatever. I want you to be empowered to trust your own intuition and follow its through line through your life, okay? But King of Swords, here's what the King of Swords is. Honest, honest, honest. They know who they are, they know what they think, and they are very, very proud to express it. They're not afraid in the least to express it, and that's how they get what they want and need. So be clear. Know what you want and need. You might move this person out of the way yourself because you're like, you know what? This partnership or this project is not going anywhere. I need to put an end to it so that I have more space and more room to commit to the things that commit to me. To devote myself to the things and people that devote themselves to me. Okay? Bringing things into balance. It's a very Libra thing to do. Trust yourself. Accept your authority. There is the overcoming of a great challenge. And there is amazing accomplishment and victory possible for you. Just don't be attached to things that aren't working for you or things that seem to be actively trying to get out of your way. Let them go. I know that that can be easier said than done, but Spirit is saying it's going to help you It's going to help wake you up and make you commit to the things that are actually going to benefit you. Take the lead. Take the lead. You're going places. Trust yourself. That's the other thing I'm hearing. Trust yourself. When we do Three of Swords shit, sometimes we betray ourselves. That's what Spirit is saying with that Three of Swords. Don't betray yourself. Being disappointed is better than betraying yourself. So if somebody is half-stepping and you're like, wow, really? Like you're half-stepping to me when I'm over here doing leaps and bounds for you? Let it go. Shut the door. Manage your expectations. Yep. Feel you, Elizabeth. King of Swords would definitely say draw a firm boundary and be like, this is what's acceptable, this is what's unacceptable. And if something or someone is breaking your heart, it is time to let go of resistance and stop trying to basically like, don't manage behavior, manage your expectations, okay? When we try to manage other people's behavior, it takes us firmly out of our power and out of our own control. But we can manage ourselves, and then they can react the way that feels right to them. So if they see us managing our expectations and they're like, oh damn, I didn't hear from Libra this week, I better step the fuck up and act right, that may happen. Or they may be like, oh, Libra didn't call me this week, I guess I'm just never going to talk to them again. Let them be petty. Let them get out of your way. No resistance. You've got victory on your fucking plate this week, so focus on that. And you've got people that do care about you and are devoted to you and show up every single day and tell you that. Those are the people you want to keep by your side. Okay? Okay. All right. So now, let's dive deep and talk to Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, Scorpio Dominant folks. Yay! This one's for you, Johnny. Overall focus and energy for Scorpio this week. What does it benefit Scorpio to be aware of, to focus on this week, Spirit? For their highest good. Always and only for their highest good. Oh, I'm so glad, Nikki. Thank you. I appreciate that feedback. Appreciate you. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I hope that you are able to release resistance and go for what it is that is, wow, that is truly for you. Okay. Scorpio cards are like, hey. Okay, I'm here, Scorpio. Okay, and when it comes to work, projects, income, opportunities for Scorpio, good. All right. And finally, whoa, they're jumping. And when it comes to love, relationships, connections, friends, feelings, what does Scorpio need to know? Okay. Ooh, look at you, Scorpio. Okay. Moving on and moving forward. Those are two phrases I'm hearing loud and clear for you, Scorpio. Overall energy and focus for the week. Temperance and the Six of Cups. Now, let's just notice right off the bat the vessels and the sharing that is happening in both of these cards. Typically, in the Rider-Waite version of the Temperance card, or actually this may be in the Scarabeo version of the Temperance card, this angel will have one black wing and one white wing, and they will have the yin-yang symbol on their clothes. The idea is temperance, right? It's the old school word for moderation, for not drinking, for example, and Spirit is actually bringing up that definition, so that may apply to some of you. It's okay to be sorry, not sorry, Maggie, we feel you. Temperance is take it easy. Temperance is moderate yourself a little bit. Scorpio, you do have a tendency to go to extremes. It's all or it's nothing. Like, I'm all in or I'm at fucking zero. And that's okay. No judgment. Like, do whatever you want and do what feels right to you. But, jerky. But it feels like Spirit is asking you to listen a little more to your body, not to mention your spirit. I mean, she's standing 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the water. You are a person, a type, a sign who lives in both the conscious and the unconscious. Deeply intuitive. The veil is very thin for all Scorpios. You're very aware and in touch with the energies around you. So you need to be ooh, good on you, Katie. That's fucking impressive. That's fucking impressive. That's, especially in this world, it's very understandable that people want to dissociate. Like, I want to drink a little something, smoke a little something, whatever I need to do to like numb out a little bit. But Spirit is like, we want you to be alive and awake to what's going on this week, because there is some gorgeous energy available. Like, we're not even done. These are already 2 cards of receiving, and they're both very gentle, loving energies, both of these cards. Spirit is also saying, okay, let's say something that, listen, we're doing a tarot reading. I can't say anything that out there, right? Some of you have... you may do energy work, or you may be doing spiritual work, intuitive work, however you want to think of it. Spirit is using a phrase that they don't always, that doesn't always come up for me with this Temperance card. In magic, in energy work, we talk about the Holy Guardian Angel, HGA for short. We talk about speaking to our Holy Guardian Angel and receiving input, wisdom, prayers from them. Spirit is saying, if you happen to be of that ilk, if that happens to be something that you are into, this would be a really good week to be looking up to your Holy Guardian Angel, to your higher self, to your spirit guides, however you like to think of it. Spirit really doesn't care what monikers we put on it, because it's all the same. Ask and you shall receive. Give to yourself first, and you will be nourished in return. Those of us who take some kind of, and listen, I'm not speaking from a high horse. I have some heavy Venus, my Venus is Scorpio. I have some heavy Scorpio placements myself. We can be, I'm like, how do I say this? Hey, yes, you're a Venus. Maybe that's why I just had that Freudian slip. We can have a little bit of a tendency to take almost like a twisted pleasure in not letting people help us. Like, you fucked me over, so I'm not going to let you make it right. Fuck you. Like, be tortured. That's right. Suffer. Like, suffer because you weren't there for me or whatever. I just want to make a quick note that when we celebrate and welcome the suffering of others, there is a wound in us that we are ignoring. And we're projecting our wound onto those people. Don't do that. Don't do that, Scorpio. If you have a wound, if you have hurt feelings, if you have a relationship or a problem, a person that has been severed from your life, or you have been wanting to sever from your life, be very honest with yourself about the disappointment or the heartbreak, or wherever you are on that 3 of Swords spectrum, from just like, this sucks, to like, wow, my heart is broken, I've just been betrayed. Healer, heal thyself. Give to yourself the compassion, the love, the attention, the kindness, the gentleness that you are seeking from other people, and particularly maybe even like a romantic partner or the dream of a romantic partner. Spirit is having me go get on my soapbox for a second. You ready? Crack, crack, crack. If you've been watching me for any amount of time, you may have heard me say this before. Yeah, that, Emily. We get what we think we deserve. We don't get what we deserve because we know that the world would look very different if good things happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people. The world would be like upside down and completely different than it is. Now, if we consider the gnarly, crusty, misguided, even evil old white dudes that run the country, that have all the power, that have all the money, why do they have that? I bet you if we talk to them, every single one of them would be like, yeah, I deserve this. I worked hard for this. Never did a damn thing in their life, born with a silver spoon in their mouth. I worked hard for this money. I worked hard for this position. I deserve this. Y'all ever have that? Spirit is being so loud right now. Y'all know that phenomenon of really nice guys that end up with really mean or bitchy or like demanding girls and vice versa, really nice girls that end up with these total fucking assholes. These assholes are like, I deserve a good girlfriend, a good boyfriend, a generous person, blah, blah, blah. So it's not that they're like amazing and generous and that's why they have this amazing, generous person. They're like, I deserve the best love. And then they get it. And then there's us over here, the conscious people, the people with deep and full hearts that are like, man, I really need to work on this flaw, or like, God, I could never be with somebody like that. Like, I'm just so not on their level and blah, blah, blah. And the world abides. Universe abides. Like, the universe mirrors our energy. So if we're like, no, I could never, the universe is like, okay, we did consent. You could never. There you go. But if we're like, you know what? I work on myself. I'm creative, I'm passionate, I'm devoted, I'm smart, I'm kind, I'm this, I'm that. I do want somebody who gives me that same energy and whatever. The universe abides. So if you've got a wound, if you've got a bitterness, if you've got something that needs to be addressed, or, you know, we need to bring in a little Ace of Swords scalpel and be like, okay, this is my bullshit, is like, I can never be loved because fill in the blank. Spirit's being real deep and saying some of you have childhood wounds where it's like you didn't get that unconditional love from your parents, and so now it's hard to even conceive of receiving unconditional love from anybody. Ah, Mako, my favorite. Hey, Mako. So you need to get on that. Katie, I love it. So you need to get on that level of, I don't have to be perfect to deserve. I don't have to be perfect to be loved or to be even befriended deeply. Okay? Spirit has some beautiful things on deck for you, and that's why they're going this hard and this deep, Scorpio. This is beautiful healing energy. Get in touch with that higher self or that angel or that spiritual posse. Make time for some meditation, some prayer, some whatever it is that you like to do. Okay? Your spirituality, your power is high this week. So, money, income, jobs, projects, opportunities, and resources. Look at you and your power. King of Cups. You can be anywhere on the gender spectrum. All of that is valid. To show up as a king, whatever your gender may be, says that you are the master of your emotions. You may be providing literal or figurative therapy to someone this week. You may be that person in general who's like the counselor to your friends. King of Cups. Their ability, their greatest power is to find equilibrium even when the ocean of their feelings and the ocean of the emotions of the people around them are all in flux, and it could even be like a fucking tsunami of emotionality. And the King of Cups is like, okay, I have worked so long and hard on myself that I can find equilibrium, evenness, steadiness, even when everything in the world around me and even in my own heart is going a little crazy. So, your ability to love yourself and to hold your integrity, and that's interesting, but that's how they're putting it, even through any ups and downs, that is like your superpower this week. Like, your depth and your breadth. King of Cups right alongside the Sun. I feel like your authority is recognized this week. I feel like very positive things are happening in the realm of, it could be self-promotion. It could just be the right person or people notice you this week and suddenly your talents or that which you run and rule and want to have in your life is like, hey, wow, everybody's looking at me. And they're looking at me like I'm an authority. And you are. So some of you may have a significant achievement this week where it's like you're rewarded this, or you get this promotion, or this person shares your work or like promotes you in some other way. And for others of you, it's like show off. Show off. Like you may have been holding back. You may have been, this could be why Spirit was like, you deserve. And like, if you don't know how to give yourself unconditional love and compassion and a break, this is the time to learn it. And then universe abides. You know what? My project is worth me creating a sacred container of I write for half an hour every single day, or I paint for an hour every single day at this time, or I work out at this time every single day. Because remember, our body and our energy is a resource too. And when we create that sacred container and say that we're worth it and we're powerful and we have the ability to do it, universe abides. Things clear up. The sun is positivity and understanding and vitality and energy. So like I said, your body is a resource, your energy is a resource. Looks like you're going to be full of fucking fire and light and energy this week because you're taking care of yourself, because you're connecting to the people, the energies, the angels, whatever you want to think of it, that make you feel like you are allowed to be your whole self. You know, we talked about, some of you have, many of us have complicated relationships with our, oh, thank you so much, Sacred Haven, I appreciate that. Some of us have rocky relationships with our parent or parents or whoever raised us, and we have a little work to do around those wounds, and the work involves reparenting ourselves. So like I said, this could be Holy Guardian Angel for those of you that do witchcraft or energy work or whatever you want to call it. For others of you, this is just, you know what? It's going to be like I go back in time and take care of me and give me what I need. So that time that my parent failed me or humiliated me or hurt me, I'm going to do a meditation and visualization where I go back to that version of me and I take them in my arms and I take care of them. Oh, Mako, I thank you. I appreciate that. I love it too. Spirit gave it to me and I've been loving it ever since. So go back and give yourself corrective experiences. You didn't deserve that. You are worthy of love. You are allowed to make mistakes, etc., etc., etc. And give yourself those corrective experiences. Okay? Now it can sound weird to be like, go back to that time when you were 5 and you got humiliated on the school campus and nobody took care of you or talked to you about what happened, and go talk to you at that age. I'm just going to say, try. Try it and see how you feel. Try it and see what happens. Try it and see if epiphanies and realizations and new roads don't all open up for you all at once when you do that. That's all I'm saying. Now, speaking of new roads and opening up and progress and moving forward, hey, when we look specifically at relationships, I picked this up and showed it to you earlier. When we look specifically at relationships, there's a rupture and then there's a completion. So, this is important to know. In all relationships, including healthy ones, there are ruptures. There are disagreements, there are misunderstandings, there are hurt fucking feelings. Now, it's up to us to decide, is this a misunderstanding and my feelings are hurt and we can repair this? Like, is that person just mistaken, or there's just, again, there's maybe a miscommunication between us. Is this something that can be healed, or is this something that I need to go ahead and let go of? And I'm hearing, honestly, that it's different things for different Scorpios, which makes sense. This is a general reading. So, like, they're definitely not going to say blanket all of you. That person who broke your heart and made you feel like shit, you need to go repair that. No. You are empowering yourself to know whether or not that person in that relationship, in that situation, is worth repairing, if it's even reparable, and whether you want to do that. One way or another. For those of you that decide to work on healing the rupture, and for those of you who decide to stop resisting and be like, okay, so that was the 28th rupture this fucking month, so I don't think this is going to work out, and you let go, there is a completion and there is a moving forward. Wheel of Fortune is progress. And it is, like I said, completion and forward progress in one. It's number 10, right, in the major arcana. So number 1, the beginning of something. Number 0, the whole cycle contained within itself. So, an ending and a new beginning in one. When you look at how your heart has been hurt or broken by other people in your life, whether currently or in your deep past. I know Spirit's being deep, but you're a deep motherfucker. And you're extra deep this week. Trust yourself. It's time to take a little boat ride through the water of your emotions. And when things get choppy, to know that you are going to be okay. Okay? King of Cups. I can find my equilibrium. I can find my peace. I can find my safety within myself. Pretty beautiful. That was pretty intense, Scorpio, which is a very Scorpionic thing for it to be. Okay. I hope that that is helpful. And now, oh, Katie, you are so welcome. You. Now, let's clown it up with the Fools and Philosophers, the Zodiac, the Ace of Wands just left out. Hey, hey, David. I miss y'all. We need to hang out again. Thanks, Emily. Yay, I'm excited. So I don't know if I even said this part out loud because I was too excited. Ace of Wands like jumped out of these cards. I shuffled it back in, but just for the record, in case in case it shows up for you again. But Spirit clearly showing they're ready to talk to your fiery self. Wow. This one just leapt out. Spirit ready to talk to your fiery self. It's like, here's the Ace of Wands and then here's the Knight carrying the Ace. Okay, loud and clear, Spirit. Shuffling it back in. Okay. Overall focus and energy for this week for Sagittarius, Spirit. Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising, and dominant folks. Wands, wands, wands. You'll see. When it comes to work, when it comes to resources, money, achievements, projects, what does Sagittarius need to know? Ooh, oh, Jill, appreciate you. I know that eclipse though. Ooh, it's been already a bit of a doozy this week. Let's see what this weekend, I think it's happening on Monday, right? Moon Day? Appropriate. And now, finally, for Sagittarius, when it comes to feelings, connections, family, friends, romance, what you want to talk to fucking Sag about? Wands, wands, wands. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Let's talk, Sag. Overall focus and energy for this week. A lot of you all have an entrepreneurial spirit. Have something that is like, this is my own project. This is my I'm taking the lead. I'm the creator. I'm the manifester. I'm the cultivator. I am all of the things. And it is an intersection, Sagittarius, of your various talents. Sagittarius, you're a mutable sign. You're a fire sign. That is like the definition of creative energy. Like, I can change. I'm adaptable. Like, if you put this ingredient in, I can make that work. If you take this ingredient out, I can make that work. I'm Sagittarius. I'm a fucking alchemist. And that's what they just said, which is true of the magician. So, something important. When you have a long-term project, a huge Herculean effort of vision for something you want to complete, it can get a little overwhelming. It can get a little bit like, if you're doing everything from like, I am from janitor to CEO of this project because I'm the motherfucking magician. This is my idea. This is what I want. It can get a little heavy. It can get a little hard to see, like, am I close to home? And the good thing about the Ten of Wands is, as much as it does indicate like stressing out, kind of, oh, Paula, thank you so much. Little pear dude, thank you. As much as it can be about, I'm stressing out, I'm taking on too much, I'm taking on all of the things, which yes, definitely Sagittarius, you may need to look out for. Is there anything I can delegate? Is there anything I can delete? Is there anything I can systematize so I don't need to be emergently doing every single thing? You feel me? Like, can I automate any of this, or can I ask a friend to do any of this, or etc. Don't be afraid to ask for support, although I must say, I kind of feel like you're going to be like, no, no, no. I'm number one. I'm going to do the thing. Here's the thing about having that long range vision and being an alchemist. In practical magic, right? We use the word alchemy as a metaphor, turning lead into gold, right? Earlier in the reading, I was saying in practical magic, energy work, whatever you want to call it, one of the tenets is all energy is productive energy. So when I feel angry, when I feel depressed, when I feel anxious, when I feel like shit, those things can be harnessed, can be mutable sign, can be adapted, can be morphed, can be mutated and sculpted into something. So talk about putting your energy into your creativity, into your art, right? In alchemy, there are 7 stages. And in Latin, we say solve et coagula. It must dissolve before it coagulates, before it comes together. So, if you're to do alchemy, and you're here going to turn your lead into gold, metaphorically speaking, You start the experiment. Bam, I'm the magician. Wave my little wand. This lead should be gold in no time. Again, like I said, there are 7 stages. One of those stages is everything falling apart, everything looking like a big fucking mess, a puddle of goo, basically, where at least there used to be like a solid chunk of lead. Now there's just a pile of goo, and you might be like, my experiment has fucking failed. This sucks. Like, this whole thing dissolved. Patience. Patience. Solve et coagula. Dissolve and reconstitute. Give it some time. It will come back together. Many times we need to, people who write or paint may be very familiar with this, or even like solve complex equations, and I'm seeing all these things, okay? There is a huge benefit to work. Step the fuck away. Shut the fucking book, shut the fucking laptop, step away, take a night, take a whole day and a half, then you come back to it, and it's like, oh, all that stuff that I was maybe like, this doesn't flow that great, or like, I don't even understand what I'm trying to paint in this corner. When you give your mind a break and your body a break, and you come back and look at something, you're looking at it with new eyes. Take a break. Come back at it with new eyes. Come on now. All right, we're back. We made it. Spirit is obviously like, okay, get on with it. So let's get on with it. What I say, step away. The Hanged One. Hello. Listen, I'm spatially challenged. Give a girl a break. When it comes to income, money, projects, opportunities, the Hanged One and the High Priestess, super important to note, 2 highly spiritual major arcana cards. The Hanged One, this is exactly what Spirit was saying about, hey, take a fucking break so that you can look at this from a totally different perspective. Some of you may be a little frustrated because you feel forced to take a break, like production has slowed on this, or they're changing the deadline, or I'm not even employed right now and I'm waiting to be employed. Hanged One, suspended animation, life turned upside down, and yet there's this gold corona around her head that represents the epiphany that she's having, as she may be forced to look at things from another perspective, to be held up, right? Like, pause, held up, sorry, the whole production's held up right now. We can use that moment as a sacred pause and be like, okay, so if this thing is held up and I'm slowed down and this and that and I'm turned upside down, what can I do? Again, theme here. What can I do with this energy? How can I use this? How can I work this? How can I mold and sculpt this into something that is going to work for me? Your intuition is on high right now. High Priestess is like, okay, so we're in a pause, right? Hanged One, we're in a pause? Cool, we'll use this time to gather intel, to sharpen our intuition, to deepen into ourselves, to increase our knowledge. You could have some downloads. You could have some inspirations this week that actually move things along a lot quicker than if you had just been trying to continuously grind and grind and grind and grind and grind. And I get it. American culture is total bullshit and capitalism is total bullshit. Like, work every day, all the time, get up at this time, do this, push, 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 push. And where's the rest? Like, listen, I'm here for a push. I'm here for working hard and whatever. You also need rest and recuperation and space so that your brain can make new and different and amazing connections. Okay? Okay. Now let's look at relationships, connections, remembering that this can be friends, family, romance, like follow the through line of your own intuition through your own life, okay? 8 of Swords and the Moon. What do these cards have in common? Fear. And a little bit of, you know, being in the dark because we're a little bit fearful. Moon represents our unconscious. What is in our unconscious? Our deep programming. When I say deep programming, what do I mean? I mean that when we get up and do things habitually, it tends to be because we were raised a certain way, because we've been conditioned to do things a certain way, to think a certain way, to behave a certain way. The Moon and the 8 of Swords both specifically ask us to think about what it is that we're afraid of and what it is we're trying to avoid by having these habitual behaviors and ways of doing things. And simply asking ourselves, is the habitual way of doing things the best way for me? Am I operating under my own operating system, or am I operating under dad's operating system, mom's operating system, school's operating system? Let me make a conscious choice about what it is I want to do. Conscious choice. I once had a philosophy professor who used a phrase that I never forgot. And it is, pain brings consciousness. So for example, if you are walking through the world healthy, fine, you don't even notice, right? You're not taking necessarily particular notice of the fact that oh, cool, my legs are working, my hearing's working, I can see just fine, blah, blah, blah. You don't even think about it. You default to, yeah, health is my default. Now, if you get a cold and suddenly you can't breathe through your nose anymore, and your mouth breathing, and sleeping is troublesome, and eating is not a pleasure right now, you suddenly become very conscious of the fact that you used to be able to fucking breathe. So, pain brings consciousness. It's not always fun, but it is what makes us aware of how much we have, right? So, what are you afraid of? Bring the light to it. Bring some consciousness to it. I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid I look stupid. I'm afraid it's not going to work out. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And be like, you know what I am is I'm strong enough to go ahead and take off this blindfold. I could literally shrug off these ropes. You can see how loosely they're tied. She is not tied down. This is not to say, get over it, Sagittarius. It's the opposite. It's get through it. See it. And go ahead and walk forward and be like, okay, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, I'm afraid of that, I'm afraid of that. I see it. I'm going to turn around and talk to this lady. I'm going to go ahead and pull her out and be like, what are we worried about? What are we afraid of? What are we doing as a rote, habitual, unconscious pattern? And what do we want to bring a change to? You deserve. In the realm of relationships, this is quite self-focused. So what I'm hearing from Spirit is, listen, whether it's family, friends, romantic partner, all of your relationships will benefit from you knowing yourself and your own insecurities and worries and fears better. And when you can actually express them to the people that you love and have that be received and have compassion given to you in exchange, the relationships get bigger and more beautiful and deeper, right? Whereas when we hold everything back, and Eight of Swords, I don't want to look dumb, I don't want to scare them, I don't want to scare me, all the things that keep us from being clear, being open, being honest, we make the relationship more shallow, less real, less full, because we are not our full selves. Be your full fucking honkin' self, okay, Sagittarius? You are full of fire, you are funny, you are warm, you are creative, you have a lot to give and a lot to achieve, and you're going to achieve it better by actually going I'm scared of this, I'm scared of that. Hey partner, I'm scared of this, or hey, when you said that, it made me feel insecure about this. Is that true? And allow them, love them enough to allow them to give you love back. Does that make sense? I hope so. And I love you too, Sagittarius. I've got some beautiful Sagittarians in my life. It's a lovely energy. It's a holy fool energy. So be your holy fool fucking self. And be willing to jump in and get in a little over your head. And know that you're going to be okay. You're going to be more than okay. You've got a great week slated. Achievement Magician. Go get him. Woo! Okay. So Spirit's throwing out cards. Clearly, they're ready to talk to Capricorn. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, Capricorn Dominant, folks. Yes, Katie. Man, I love me some Capricorns too. It's the end of the zodiac and me, we just totally get along. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And would you believe, Capricorn, that your card just flew out? We're not pulling yet, but this is the Capricorn card. They call you the GOAT. Greatest of all time. Overall energy and focus, please, Spirit, for Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. What do they need to know this week for their highest good? All right. And when it comes to money, income, projects, what does Capricorn need to know, Spirit, this coming week for their highest good? Okay. And when it comes to relationships, friendships, family, connections, feelings, what does Capricorn need to know for their highest good? Okay. Oh, well, no wonder you're in the Marine Corps. Ooh. Ooh. So apparently, when Spirit threw this out, they were like, no, no, no. We meant pull that shit. You got it. You the boss. Oh, yay! Yes, totally fucking agreed. We need to do this. It'll be fun. Pillow fort. You don't need to build a whole ass pillow fort. That was amazing, but shit. Just want to hang out with you. All right. Capricorn. Fucking A. Beautiful. Overall energy and focus for the week. Here's you. Queen of Wands. Queen of creativity. Again, wherever you are on the gender spectrum, to show up as a queen says you are a creator and a nurturer. And you are talented. You've got a lot. This is also a natural leader and a natural community builder. People want to be close to the Queen of Wands. People want to be around that kind of radiant, warm, humorous energy. I think Capricorns don't get enough credit for their sense of humor. And Spirit is really highlighting your sense of humor in this card. Not to mention, Four of Wands. Commitment, love, couples, appreciation. Yeah, you the balls. That's right. Four of Wands also suggests a happy, joyful community or family. Remembering that family can be blood, family can be chosen. You are going to be feeling warmly welcomed. That's what I'm hearing. This week brings you a warm fucking welcome. I know! You've been stalked by this Four of Wands particularly. I have to admit, I thought of you when I pulled this, like, okay. So you podcasting yet too? Huh? While we're here, Katie. Okay, anyway. Lovingly calling you out. Love you! You're going to be making yourself at home. This could be a new community. This could be the same community that you've been taking care of and enhancing and cultivating for yourself. One way or another, you're feeling quite at home and quite, it's like there's commitment, there's devotion, there's mutual admiration and respect. There's something really solid that you're building this week. And part of it is being built on your talents. That warmth, that leadership skill that you have. Again, it's like the natural leader, where it's not somebody who has to like fight for control or try to get people under their thumb. It's like when somebody is warm and kind and honorable and they're in a position of authority, people are like, yes, I'm happy to have you as like an authority figure in my life. Please bring me more of that respect and warmth. Like, the other thing about the Queen of Wands is she knows how to celebrate and make use of other people's talents. Aw, Cherokee, that's great. Oh, yay, home for Christmas. That's wonderful. Stay safe. Have a beautiful time. That really is exactly that kind of card. It's like celebration and warmth and family. Yay. Now, let's keep all of that Queen of Wands, Four of Wands beauty and goodness in mind as we move to look at jobs, resources, income, opportunities. What is holding you back? What are you afraid of? I mean, these cards could not be more explicit. Like, Eight of Swords, the devil. Eight of Swords. I'm so scared of my fears that I don't even want to look at them. Like, I want to just pretend that none of that is there. And that can, honestly, that can be a bit of a Capricorn fucking trait. Like, oh, you're going to pile 400 pounds on my back and expect me to still get up the mountain? Well, I'm going to get more satisfaction out of dragging my 400 extra pounds ass up that mountain, getting to the top, planting my fucking flag, than I will from saying like, hey, I feel like you're taking me for granted. I feel like you should carry this for yourself. Like, what are you attached to? Do you have a certain identity that it's like, but I want to be known for this, or like I'm afraid that people are going to see me as that? Or are you staying connected to an institution, a job, a project that is making you feel small, is making you feel insecure, is making you feel like maybe you're not good enough? I would question that internal monologue, because the Devil and the Eight of Swords both indicate that the fear, the hesitation, the attachment, it's in your head. That's not to say you're bullshit or like your fears are stupid and unreasonable or something like that. No, all of our fears and insecurities, I mean, where else would they be located, right? They're in our head. We just need to decide whether we are down and willing to be completely restricted by our own fears and insecurities, or if we're down to, like I said to Sagittarius, some of y'all might have Sag placements, you're down to pull off the fucking blindfold, look around at the swords and be like, here's my fear of failure, here's my fear of success. Hey, Jackie, thank you for coming. Hey, hey. Am I willing to shrug this off and move forward? Or, and this is a perfectly fucking valid choice, do I want to stay right here, right where I am? Do I want to stay tied down? Do I want to chain myself to fear of success, fear of failure, fear of being seen? Because truthfully, my fear of failure, to fail, would destroy me. So I'd rather stay where I am with my fear of failure. Or, if I really think about it, if I take off the blindfold and say, what's the worst that could happen? What if I fail spectacularly at this project or this job or this initiative or this creative thing that I want to do? What if? What then? If the answer isn't, I'll be beheaded, is it worth the risk? Just saying. Consider what it's worth to you and consider where your fears may be holding you in place, or an attachment to a certain identity, or being afraid of people seeing you fail, which is much more likely with a Capricorn. Like, if you are afraid of that, ask yourself if it's worth it to you to lose whatever's on the other side of that fear. Exactly. What if I take a tumble? What if I trip in front of everybody and fall? Like, if you trip in front of, we're all adults, right? Like, and if I, as an adult, am jogging across the street or whatever, and I trip over a rock and I fall on my face and I get hurt, if I look up and I see other grown adults laughing at me, which is very possible, like, does that make me the asshole, or are they the assholes? They're the assholes. So, everybody slips, everybody falls, everybody fails, everybody fucks up, everybody sometimes at some point in their life follows their fear more than their faith. Doesn't make you bad, doesn't mean that there's a rubber stamp of you follow your fear, not your faith, because you get to choose. So that's what Spirit wants you to remember. You get to choose what you attach yourself to. What are you hitching your wagon to? Okay? Okay. Exactly. Hope y'all enjoyed the show as I bleed freely from my face. Now, let's look at the realm of relationships. Pretty beautiful, Capricorn. Cups and cups and cups and cups. 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups. You have options. Lots of options. Many connections that you could make. Many potential friends or lovers that you could kind of have your pick. Now, can we narrow that down? Can we narrow it down? What do we really want? If you really consider what you want and what you want to put your time and effort and energy into, wishes can come true. You can feel like, wow. See, I thought I was choosing like 1 out of 7. How did I end up with 9 full amazing cups and feeling like, damn, I'm great. Damn, I am like both personally and financially fulfilled, which is what I'm hearing about this 9 of Cups. There's a lot to enjoy in the realm of relationships this week. Whether you are the type of Capricorn that's like, ooh, I can take my pick, or you're the type of Capricorn that's like, I'm in my perfect situation right now, and I am feeling so, like, my cups runneth over. I don't even know what I would do with the 10th cup. I bet you'd figure it out. Hey, ooh, Maggie, no, let's not and say we did. Ah! Hey, Cherokee, that's all right. You have your pick. You have your pick. But think about which one is really going to serve you. I mean, would you pick this guy? I wouldn't. Like, and I don't know about this guy or this guy either. Like, I'm not here for just power or just money or just a fucking drama shit show. Like, what do I really want? Let me pick that one. And then my cups will runneth the fuck over. Dreams and wishes coming true. You've got high charisma, high desirability, Capricorn. Lean in. Bargain for what you want with yourself or with other people. Oh, damn, that went so fast, Katie. I totally missed it. Help! I see the help. Oh, Albert, you are so welcome. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Whew, that was deep, Capricorn. And now, let's talk. From the tip of the mountain, we'll jump on up into the clouds to talk to the water-bearing air sign, Aquarius. Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising, Aquarius dominant folks. What do Aquarians need to know this week, Spirit, for their highest good? Okay. Overall energy and focus. See, damn it, I knew there was something good in that message. It just went by too fast. I'm gonna go back and see. Overall energy and focus for Aquarius. Okay. Ooh. Hey. Listen, Spirit, they have a lot of compassion for when we don't hear or don't listen. Ooh. Listen, picking yourself always means picking the right guy. When we commit to ourselves, we make the best commitments. Thank you. Appreciate you. So maybe one is a precursor to the next. Hey, that's my Aquarian Michaela. Coming right after the Seven of Cups too. All right, Aquarius, when it comes to jobs, money, income, projects, all right. And finally, when it comes to relationships, connections, feelings, love, friends, family, romance. What do you want to talk to Aquarius about? Ooh. I just heard the word impetuous. I just heard you're being a little impetuous this week, Aquarius. Dare to dream. No Seven of Cups this time, Michaela. You're in the clear. Overall energy and focus for the week. Look at the similarity in this imagery. Look at that. Temperance, judgment, healing and ease, and a wake-up call and a commitment. Very interesting blend of energies here. Aquarius, as a water-bearing air sign, you do tend to have one foot in each of the two worlds. You know, you're here and you're not. Like, you're of this earth and you're totally an alien. Like, you are both of these things at the same time. And we need you to be exactly who you are. Exactly who you are. I feel like a lot of creative energy this week. I'm actually hearing mastery and achievement coming this week. And you are treating yourself better. And I love this, Aquarius. Like, the sensation that they're giving me. Man, I want to be able to, like, physically communicate this to you. They were giving me this feeling of closedness and tightness. And then just like this spaciousness and expansiveness. Kind of like when you're holding your breath and then you finally let it out. Like that. Like, you know what? I'm going to do the thing that I know is right for me. I'm going to commit to myself, my healing, being kinder to me. I'm also hearing on a very basic level, Aquarius, as the water bearer, make sure that you hydrate. Yeah, exactly. A sigh of relief. Like, the truth is known. And when we know the truth about something and we know what we're going to do, we've made our decision or we're ready to make a commitment, there's that spaciousness and that expansiveness. And that spaciousness and expansiveness is in part because when we commit to something, even if, perhaps especially, before we've even done anything, okay? Like maybe we decide in our mind, I'm going to go for that job, or I'm going to start that project, or I'm going to start blank, fill in the blank. This is what I need to do for my health and for myself. No rhyme intended. When we make that commitment and we make it truly, and it is bone and blood deep, the universe responds. We start seeing signs. We start hearing songs. We start getting messages from people that like underline and highlight and italicize the commitment that we have made. Accept and participate in that dialogue with the universe, with spirit, etc. Hey! Congratulations, Tammy. This has been an epic contest. Last dozen coming out. Listen, you practically made it. You worked a small miracle in a couple of hours, okay? So like, well, let's just allow for that. Great fucking job. Wish I had a cookie. All right. Commit to yourself. Love yourself. Healer, heal thyself. You're worth it. Okay? Okay. Got some good take it easy cards here, Aquarius. Take it easy, and as much as you will be taking it easy, you will also be getting things done. So it's not like a total pause. I totally paused. A Cher Horowitz moment. You totally pause, but then you get up and keep going, right? Hey, Tammy, did you bring enough for all of us? Digital cookies? I need a lot of emojis of a cookie, please, as soon as possible. Let's look at income, opportunities, career, and projects, Aquarius. I totally paused. Four of Swords. Totally pause and get your thoughts in order. Make a plan and follow through. Hierophant is stages and steps. The unsexy small steps to the big, sexy, glamorous goal. Yeah, thank you, Tim. What do you need to systematize? How do you need to get things in order? What is the schedule? What are the steps? What are the gates, right? Like, if I want to accomplish XYZ, what are the steps? And let me actually map them out and then follow them. And I get it, Aquarius, you're an air sign. Totally fucking relate as a fellow air sign. That is not your natural tendency. That's a Taurus thing. That's a Capricorn thing. It's a Virgo thing to like systematize and notate and like, for example, creating like a workflow checklist. So if you're trying to do a project or you have something creative or you run your own business and you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants, it may serve you, exactly, it may serve you to make like a workflow checklist. Every time for example, if it were me, every time I do a stream, I need to do this, then this, then this, then this, then this, and then the final check is like start the live stream, right? That way I'm not playing a guessing game with myself being like, did I do all the things? Did I do the thing I was supposed to do? Oh shit, no, I didn't do that thing. Really calling myself out here. Hey, beautiful Jackie. Yes, your people are speaking loud and clear. You are going to benefit. You're going to get more rest and more spaciousness, ironically, by being disciplined, right? It's a reason we call people disciples. So be a disciple of your own system and of your own dream. That's what I just heard. Be the disciple of your own dream. Beautiful, really beautiful. Now, finally, in the realm of relationships, connections, etc., I'm feeling there are some quite fiery, interesting conversations. Knight of Wands, Page of Swords. Air feeds fire, but when air and fire get together kind of impetuously, as these two cards kind of are, there can be some fireworks. There can be, and fireworks are beautiful, but also they can blow your hand off. So like you need to be careful what you do with fireworks, right? I'm hearing passion. I'm hearing fun. I'm hearing experimentation. All things that Aquarius loves. So y'all might be having some, hey, yes. Oh, yep. Thank you for mentioning that. Saturn in Aquarius. Huge. Progress and not perfection, okay? Progress, not perfection. I'm feeling like impetuous and enthusiastic, and somebody is in hot pursuit of you, Aquarius. That's what I'm feeling more than anything is you're over here. Notice how these cards are even lined up where it's like she is not even looking in this direction. So it's like you may not see this coming. Like, here comes, hey, you just said opportunity to expand. I was going to say, here comes that opportunity, like, hot on your fucking heels. And hot, because the Knight of Wands. Like, I want you, or I want to do this with you, or I'm so excited about this project, etc. Ah! I know. Ditto. As a person with Mars and Jupiter and Pluto and Capricorn. Go ahead and move along. Yes, what you want wants you. Well said, Maggie. That's exactly what this is. And also what they're saying is It's kind of happening when you're not paying too much attention. It's kind of like I'm busying myself with my foundation, with my systems, with my building of my creative projects, with waking up to my dream, right? And being the disciple of my dream. And meanwhile, while I'm over here being a student, page, a disciple of my dream, here comes this amazing, passionate affair or opportunity or a transition. Like, oh, I'm going to move. Or, oh, I've just been invited to join this association. Or, oh, I'm being headhunted. That's what I just heard for some of you. Very nice. Very nice. Your intellect is appreciated one way or another. Also ditto to that, Maggie. It was essential. It was essential for Saturn to sit right on my fucking Mars and be like, slow your ass down. Shit. All right. Home stretch. Pisces, we've arrived. Let's talk. Pisces. Spirit is singing. Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. They sound better than that. Starlight and bluebells are waiting for thee. Hey, Jason. I know that Pluto conjunction. Ah, shit. All right. Let's talk to the beautiful dreamer. I love how y'all are conversing. I love this little community, swear to God. Of course I'm biased, but you know. Hey! Old friends meeting in the chat. I love y'all. Okay. 2 of my favorite fucking Pisces in the whole world. Let's talk. Beautiful dreamers. Overall focus and energy for Pisces this week for their highest good, Spirit. For their highest good. Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. Okay. And when it comes to income, money, projects, what does Pisces need to know for their highest good? And finally, when it comes to relationships, connections, friends, family, what does Pisces need to know? Ooh! Okay. Listen, there's a little bit of competition, but y'all definitely won. Y'all in the top tier of people's readings this week, okay? Your leadership is being called for hard, loud. Do you value yourself? Do you value, here's what I'm hearing, how fucking far you've come? King of Swords and the Chariot. 2 masters of their realm. King of Swords, King of Words, King of the Mind. Wherever you are on the gender spectrum, to be a king says that you are managing your thoughts, your ideas, your inspirations, your intentions exceptionally well. I'm also hearing, put it on paper, put it on paper, put it on paper, put it on paper. So some of y'all might have so many good ideas that they kind of like slip through and it needs to be all written down. Hey, Mike. Needs to be written down. You are the monarch. The monarch. If you know what I'm talking about, I love you. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I totally don't even worry about it. Let it go. But it wasn't even a good impression. I'm just, let's just move past it. Okay, King of Swords. Here's you in your authority, taking the lead. What's your fucking deal? What's your fucking deal, Pisces? No, I don't mean it like that. Jason knew. Go Team Venture. Okay, you taking the lead. What is your deal? What is your goal? What is your effort? What is your legacy? What is it you are trying to make from your mind? You have it. You have it. You have everything that it takes to overcome this challenge. You have everything that it takes to get where you're trying to go. You've got your wand in your hand. You're in your vehicle. All that you need to do is be very clear with yourself and then with other people. Again, put it on paper, put it on paper, write it all down. Lots of ideas coming, like a lot. Like perhaps even to the point where, as you may hear people say, like, oh, I feel like I got a fucking download. Like, I just got a whole ass idea or a whole ass project, like, and it just came down all ready to go. Like, or a line of dialogue, or the title of your book, or, oh, podcast idea, or whatever. Don't let it get away from you, Pisces. Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and bluebells are waiting for thee. Let's go. Let's know what you want. Let's know what you're afraid of, and let's make both of them work for you. Make both of them work for you. No tug of war. Let's both pull for the same side. Oh, my dreams have been nuts too. And other Pisces I know have also been having like just a ton of fucking dreams. I'm wondering if it's all going to clear up after this eclipse, or if it's just going to be like Neptune direct is just like dreams, 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 illusions, downloads, etc. Take advantage, Pisces. Neptune is your ruler. I already showed you the Ace of Wands as a little preview for what's going on in the realm of relationships. But you have a wand in every single sector of your reading. Overall energy, wand. Projects, jobs, opportunities, wand. Love, connections, etc. Wands. What are wands for? They're for directing energy. Some of y'all might be literal directors, or you may be trying to get that kind of position where it's like, I'm the director, I'm the lead, I'm the project manager. That's what I'm hearing. So it's like, take the fucking lead. And if somebody else isn't giving you the lead, take it in your own life. Make it your own. What is your project? What is your idea? What is your thing? Even if it's not, for example, going to make you a ton of money either now or in the future. If your soul is like, we really want to write this story, even if no one's ever going to see it, or we really want to make this podcast, even if I don't even know if there's an audience for it, whatever. Here's a fucking secret of the universe. Anytime your soul is asking you for something, or you feel attracted to something or someone, even if it's going to end up in a ball of fucking flames, there is a reason and there is a purpose and there is a lesson. We are on Pisces. So if you want to rewind to catch anything, please feel free. In the realm of income, opportunities, projects, you, again, taking the lead and being well paid for what it is you give. Giving and receiving is implied by the Six of Pentacles. Generosity particularly, and charity particularly. So if somebody wants to support you, to give to you, to donate to you, to like join your fucking Kickstarter or your Patreon or whatever, like, this may be the time that it's like, okay, this is what I'm hearing. For some of you, it's like, now's the time to start your Kickstarter or your Patreon, or start adding your Venmo to every time you do a live or whatever it is. Like, ask and you shall receive is what I'm hearing. And take the lead. Again, they keep fucking saying it, Pisces, because I feel like you're a mutable sign, right? If it serves your feelings, you can be very passive. You can fade into the background. You can make yourself invisible. You know what I mean? Like, you got that invisibility cloak like no other sign in the fucking zodiac. If you don't want to be seen or heard from, you will not be seen or heard from. If you want to be seen and heard from, you have that power too. Turn it on. Turn on your heart light. That's cheesy as shit, but that's what Spirit just said. Turn on your heart light so people can see. Your vulnerability is one of your greatest strengths. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful how open you are. Open people are the most courageous people, because this world and the people in it and the systems in it are so continuously encouraging us to close ourselves off. So that which is open, yup, center stage, yup, all the both of y'all, center stage, Pisces. When it comes to love, connections, relationships, etc., something beautiful is emerging. Something very inspiring is emerging. And what I'm hearing directly, Pisces, is you can trust this. You can trust this. You tend to be, because you are being lovingly called out, Jason. You know, Pisces, you're an intuitive human. Human, debatable. Intuitive, not debatable at all. You're a very intuitive being. Gather your intel, take your time, but begin. Start. Don't hold back. Don't say, I can start when, or I can put it on paper when, or etc. Don't edit while you write. fucking right. You can edit it later. You can amend it later. You can codify it and number it and all that shit and color code the shit out of it later. Right now, get it out. I know. Super attractive, super articulate. That's me, to a T. Word vomit that shit out. This is my idea, this is my concept, this is my goal. And then you can arrange it. Okay? This is a brilliant idea. Brilliant inspiration, brilliant download. Be awake and alive to it. Don't let it slip past you. That's what I'm hearing again. I mean, I love this version of the card. She's taking documentation. Like, hey, not only am I receiving this idea, I'm putting it somewhere. What do you know? Write it down, type it out, Google Drive. It's your best friend. Pisces, shine your fucking light when you're ready, but don't wait too fucking long. Don't wait too fucking long. You're all ready. You have the knowledge. You have the inspiration. You have the mind, the heart, the creativity, the work ethic. You have everything that you need to begin. Doesn't have to be complete, but begin. And wait for that feedback. Because I feel like there's some pretty instantaneous feedback coming at you if you shine your light out in the world doing what it is you do. Center fucking stage. Y'all, we did it. Camera only died like 40 times. We made it. Thank you all for being here, for sticking with me, for hanging on through every hang up. I love y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much to those of you who took the time to like and to comment and to donate. That is incredibly generous and so helpful, and it is much, much appreciated, and much, much going toward improving this channel. Working on it. Oh, y'all have a great week too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you next weekend on Saturn Day. Yay, we're gonna talk about that big conjunction and stuff. I feel like maybe we even need to have a separate astro talk. I don't know. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I know it sounds super fucking... Let me know how you feel about that in the comments. Do y'all want to talk about like that Jupiter-Saturn thing? Y'all want to talk about anything astrological? Because I kind of do. All right. Love you. Thank you for being here. I hope this helps, and I will see y'all next weekend. Bye. Ah! You know about Lucy's hair. I will do my best. Bye, y'all.